Blessings. Welcome to today's Law Enforcement Daily Devotional. Today we start an 11-day journey into the book of Job. Um, Job is always a difficult book for me because I am not a patient guy. I do think that as I'm getting older, I'm getting more patience. but this book and this read and this going back and forth just has always been a difficult book for me uh, to grasp, I guess. Um, but today our read was the first 3 chapters of Job, and this just kind of sets the stage of what we're going to see. So the story of Job uh, just to me represents our total dependence upon God. Um, Job kept this focus on God and how his relationship with God was going through all of this, which sparks a lot of conversations, as we'll see. But it's not so much as the circumstances surrounding him. So it's really neat and a good lesson for us. Um, Job has 3 friends that show up in chapter 3, and to me, when the two, okay, all his kids are killed. His sheep and shepherds are killed. Those 2 acts were by acts of God. And then all his donkeys and his camels, everything else was killed by 2 groups of raiding men. So we've got 2 acts of God and 2 acts of man that culminate in Job just losing basically everything. And that's just the first half of chapter 1. The first half of chapter 2, Job loses his health. And then the last part of chapter 2 is when we see his friends come in. I think I said chapter 3, but that's the end of chapter 2. Chapter 3 is just Job's initial response. And so I want to concentrate just for a minute on Job's friends, because if we think about all the horrible things that happened to Job, it takes up the last half of chapter 1, the first half of chapter 2. The other 30, I don't know, what do we have, 38? We have 42 total chapters, so the other 39 chapters, thereabouts, deal or show us the conversation and the statements that Job and his friends make. So the story of Job is not found so much in the destruction of his stuff. It's found in the conversations he has with his friends. And I say his friends. These guys show up. They drop everything. They leave everything, and they come to support Job, to mourn with him, to comfort him. And this is seen in the fact that they sit there for 7 days without saying anything, just there to comfort him. And this banter that starts, this conflict going back and forth, starts with Job in chapter 3, and that's the last chapter we read today, where Job gives his lament. But they truly come, I believe, with the best intentions. But when you know as well as I do, when you sit somewhere and you just left alone with your thoughts, and Satan can play tricks on you and put stupid things in your mind. And I think that as Job talked, they just felt this need to give an answer. And most of the time their answers are terrible. But we will see that some of the answers are right on point. And we'll discern those as we go along. But anyway, get ready for this journey. Read ahead. Tomorrow is Job chapter 4 through 7. And let's see if we can get any law enforcement takeaways from this incredible story. So be safe, and I'll see you tomorrow.